Hello, Sys Failure here. Now, unless you've been living under a rock for the past week, or you've been, sleeping like old man time or whatever, well, then you've probably heard about the new Xbox. Probably a good idea, as it's been out for a week, that we should first off consult the internet and get some nice measured opinions on it. So let's just see what's going on the internet, shall we? Buck, buck. Buck, buck. Okay. Looks like we can't trust the internet on that one. So these are my opinions on the new Xbox. I can pretty much guarantee some of you will agree with me, and some of you will disagree with me. And that's pretty much how opinions work. It's okay. I do value your opinions too. I might not pay them any attention though. So, first off, the look of the new Xbox. Well, as you can see, it's quite stylish. It's got some lovely edges on it there. Nice, neat trim. The controllers look quite similar to before. But they've gone a bit back to how it used to be. It's more sort of like a box. Opinions on that? Well, it's a box. What can I say? Not a lot more on that. Well, let's run through what you can do with the new one first. Apparently, you can watch TV. 600 bloody channels and there's nothing on around here. But you do have to buy a second box. It can't actually watch TV itself. You have to pipe it in from another box. So it doesn't really watch TV, but we'll ignore that. We'll ignore that. It watches TV. It must have been important, as 95% of the presentation was about TV. So TV must be important. It's a newfangled thing. It's a new way of doing things. It's a load of bollocks. Let's move on to the contentious issues. First off, the BDI of Kinect. So the new Xbox, it basically has to have Kinect. This is, if you've not owned a Kinect, is a camera that can watch you, and you plug it in when you need it. Well, the new Xbox is always watching. It's the Eye of Sauron. Microsoft admittedly have come out and said it doesn't have to always be on, but apparently the console doesn't tend to work without it. So it's a bit confusing. There's a bit of a mix of stuff going on. But it does apparently allow you to voice control it. So you can walk into the room and you could say, Xbox on, and it turns on. However, if it's voice controlled like that, one would imagine you could probably say Xbox off. And imagine if somebody was to go ahead and say Xbox off when you're playing it, then maybe it'll turn off. I mean, that would be me like having a voice controlled camera. I mean, that'd be bloody stupid. And saying something like camera off. Fuck's sake, I really got to make sure not to do that. You could accidentally turn it off, or and I really, really, really hope that this works. And I've got NerdCube's Twitter to thank for this one. But the suggestion was, if you're in an online multiplayer game, get a nice, decent quality microphone, and shout down at Xbox off, and then see how many people are playing using speakers. I'm guessing they probably wouldn't be stupid enough to do that. Now, however, let's get on to the two main contentious issues about the Xbox. Well, the Xbox One. One of them I have a bit of a problem with, and the other one not so much. The one I tend to have a bit of a problem with is the always-on connection. Microsoft have claimed you don't need a permanent internet connection. Now, from what they reveal, this is true. It does not have to always be connected. However, it needs to be connected at least once a day. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's about as close as you're going to get to having a permanent internet connection, but getting away with saying it's not a permanent internet connection. Okay, there's going to be a lot of people who go, well, I have an internet connection. It's always on. I'm always on the internet. Yes, your internet connection is always on, except when it's off. Also, some people live places where there's a really crap internet connection. Did you repeat that? I can't hear a damn thing. Probably a wet bit of string would be better than some people's internet connections, and I've had to deal with connections like that, so I know what it's like. Also, okay, doesn't affect me, but a lot of people who are in the armed forces tend to be on military bases, say Afghanistan, whatever, that don't have internet connections. So they pretty much are not going to be able to play the new console from all the information we've got so far. So if you were being really picky, you could say Microsoft hates the armed forces. Ooh, controversial. But that's neither here nor there. Further concerned, that is requiring an internet connection. I'm mostly a PC gamer. I do play Xbox and PlayStation, etc., but I'm mostly playing PC. So some people, of course, are going to go, Steam has DRM. And I'd say to them, yeah, you're absolutely right, it does. However, it also has offline mode. If I've activated my games, that's it. I can turn my net off and not care. I can take it elsewhere in the world if I want to, bring it back again, doesn't matter. So I'd really prefer that they actually admit that it's a sort of DRM thing, and I could launch into a whole tirade about DRM, but I'm not going to in this particular vlog. That brings me, though, to the final point. Used games. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to buy used games. Personally, in the past, I've bought used games. I know people buy a lot of used games, and people like to trade in their games to get money off of future games. So from a consumer's viewpoint, it sounds like a good idea. Couple of points on that, and this is where it gets a little contentious, and some people will disagree on this one. Probably quite a lot of people. If you buy a new game, money goes to the publisher. And the people who created it as well. If you buy used, the money goes to wherever you buy it from, basically. So the main one in this country is Game, and you buy the used, they got the money, doesn't go to the publisher. I mean, that doesn't matter to you, does it? But it does matter to the publisher, because the publisher paid the cost of making the game. I keep saying publisher and developer, different parts of the same whole. So for the benefit of this, I'll just keep saying the publisher. Okay. So the publisher doesn't get any money from the used sale. They still have to run servers, things like the multiplayer and such, which does cost money. I've run servers myself. I know this. But with each used game sale, people keep playing, they keep paying for the servers, and no money gets back to them. Okay, that's multiplayer. But what about those single player games? Some people don't really like to play the multiplayer. I got to admit, I don't play the multiplayer that much. I'm normally playing for the storyline. So, single player, yeah? A lot of the shops that insist on trying to sell used games actually encourage their staff to push the used one rather than the new one because of the huge markup in the amount of money that they make on it. Now, these are often pushed onto the people who were going to buy the full price game and actually now have bought the used game. So that is money lost by the publisher. Keep that up often enough, and the publishers won't be able to afford to make the games. A lot of people are saying that this new scheme from Microsoft, and there's some rumour that Sony might be at it too, is going to kill off the second-hand market, and this would be a bad thing apparently, because then we'll get no more cheap games. And we all do really, really like cheap games. 5, 10, 15... Well, let's look at an environment where used games are actually pretty much gone, and that's Steam on PC. Now, when Steam first came out, and the idea of buying all your games, locked on account, I was really quite vocal on the fact that it was going to kill off used games, all the prices would shoot through the roof, and we'd never get a good deal again. Well, other than a few publishers who are taking advantage of the fact that they can charge large amounts of money, if you bother to look at the Steam, sort of sales, the lists and everything like that, there are sales on all the time. Because there's no used sales actually stealing the money away from them, they can afford to do massive discounts. A lot of the time, brand new games come out with a discount already. Buy it with a discount. If they've been out for a little while, sale. Every season pretty much. Sale. Summer sale. Winter sale or Christmas sale, whatever you want to call it. Hanukkah sale, I don't know. Something like that. It's just sale after sale after sale. Off the top of my head, I can't actually tell you which time I last paid full price for a game. Either you get it straight away and get a discount, or you get it in a sale and you get a discount. But the used game market is gone. It just doesn't exist anymore. And we're getting good deals. At the end of the day, I don't know what's going to come in regards to the Xbox One. I don't know what they're going to do in regards to used games. They've not really revealed it. I don't know the real details on their DRM or anything like that. Or they're always online. It's not always online. So we just have to wait and see on that. But I can say, look at the PC market. Used games died a death. And I've got lots of great games, great prices. But that's about it. It's been a bit of a waffle, that one. But thanks for watching and bye-bye.